So what if you found out that you were leaving things on the table, things that God desires to do in your life? You just missed it. You overlooked it. You don't know how, but you did. Would you want to do something about it? And see, this is the power of thankfulness in our life. And perhaps there's no story that reinforces the power of thankfulness than the one that we find in Luke 17 in the Bible. But before we talk about that, let me tell you about something that happened to me recently that brought this story of thankfulness alive right in front of me. And it happened, of all places, at McDonald's. You see, I went down there early one morning to our local McDonald's to get a few biscuits for my kids. And I ended up being there a lot longer than what I had thought I should be. I mean, a lot longer. And I was frustrated. But in my frustration, I was trying to remain silent. And I was noticing that the employees there were also stressed and they were frustrated. And I picked up on the fact that there were some things that had happened earlier that was out of their control that had contributed to this entire thing. So I had compassion, even though I was frustrated, so I remained silent. But the guy next to me had been waiting just as long, and he decided it was over, that he was angry, and he began to express his anger through explicatives and other things. And I began to notice that it didn't seem to reduce the stress level at all. It actually seemed to take up the stress level another notch or two and added to the entire frustration of the entire circumstance. And I said, well, God, I understand how he feels, and I can be like that because I understand the frustration, but maybe this is a moment for me to choose to be thankful, because the Bible says that I should be thankful in every situation, every circumstance, every season, even if it's at McDonald's. And so I began to express thankfulness to all the employees that were walking by me. And you know, in the end, what happened is this man left with exactly what he came for. He purchased that food. He left with that food, angry at that. When they handed me my food, not only did I get what I paid for, but they threw in some bonuses. And then they turned around and gave me some cards for some free meals in the future. You see, I didn't know that that was on the table. I didn't know. And if I hadn't have been thankful, I would have left something on the table that I didn't know was even available. You see, in Luke 17, Jesus comes along and he discovers these 10 guys that have leprosy. And they call to him and they say, hey, have mercy on us. And he says, okay, I'm going to heal you, but you're going to go see your priest. And as they went to the priest, it says, as they went, they were healed. You see, they were obeying his word. And so they were healed as he went. And that's incredible. But here's the crazy part of the story, because 10 of them went. 9 of them, after they saw the priest, decided apparently just to go back home because they were, I'm sure, so excited to get home. But one of them, before he did anything else, one of them, before he went home, before he went and kissed his wife, before he did anything else, he went back to Jesus and said, thank you. He said, I want to just praise you right now. And Jesus said, wait, wasn't there 10 and only one come back? And he looked at that one and he said, go, because your faith has made you well. Wait, because that guy was healed along with the other 9 as they went to see the priest. So what is it that he's being made well from? Oh, listen, you see, he went back because there was more on the table. And in order to be able to get the more, he had to express thanks and praise to Jesus. You see, I believe that there's emotional baggage, spiritual baggage, mental baggage that would have went along with being ostracized from all of civilization and the community because of his sickness. And I believe that the other 9 experienced the physical healing. Oh, but this guy experienced not only the physical healing, but when he went home, he was emotionally healed. The scars were gone. And the mental healing, the spiritual healing, that this man was truly set free, not just on the outside, but from the inside out, because Jesus wants to finish the job. And a lot of times we're leaving things on the table simply because we are not going back to thank him for the amazing work that he's doing in our life. Ooh, it's powerful. And I encourage you today to choose to be thankful in every single situation, even if it's at McDonald's. Love you guys.